Well, hello there, folks, and welcome to the Far East. I hope you guys are ready to make America shine and call it, democratize the Japanese. It's always been an important thing to me is to bring democracy to the Far East, so we're gonna do it through the use of bloodshed. Well, if you guys want to see that and that sounds fun to you, make sure to jump in and let's see what's going to happen here in this campaign. Now that's right, the mod is called Scramble for the Far East, and you can play as any number of different factions, including some Northern Alliance factions, and indeed as the Qing Empire. But we're going to go with good old Uncle Sam, because that's what we know best. Let's just see how this goes. If you want to see this turn into an entire campaign, one that you can follow from episode to episode, then please make sure to like, drop a comment down below, and of course subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And if you haven't already, what's wrong with you, soldier? Now we are playing as United States Commodore Matthew Perry, and initially we were sent here with a fleet of warships by President Millard Fillmore to essentially ensure that the Japanese would agree to trade. We like to call it gunboat diplomacy, but that just sounds like a silly word to me. It's just good old-fashioned being a friend. That's what it is. Anyway, things got really out of control, and in this particular modification, or this particular alternative history, Japan is actually fractioned off into factions. One of those being the Northern Alliance, I believe, which is anti-Emperor. We've got the forces of the Emperor himself, and of course all of the warlords around. Now, there's one annoying graphical issue with this mod, and one only, and if you guys can tolerate that, do let me know in the comments down below, and that's simply the flags. The flags on the map screen, in the battle, they're fine, but over here you can see they're a little messed up. So, this is what I want to do, folks. I think it's important to establish our presence here as, you know, folks that are going to be sticking around for a long time. So we're actually going to build a district in Shimoda. We want to bring the people a little closer to us, and we want to make sure they trust us. Now, I would go ahead and purchase a police station, because that's going to increase the spread of influence. It's also going to increase repression, so people will stay in line. But what we really need is an income. We need a consistent amount of money coming in, and for that, I think we need a trade dock at a minimum. So I am going to go ahead, purchase the trade dock, but you can see that the people are already restless. We might have an uprising before the next turn is up. In any case, I want to explain, guys, what I'm going to try to do in this campaign, and that is we're going to follow what we did in this Imperial Splendor. We're going to edit this pretty heavily, just because I don't want you guys sitting through turns where not much is happening, or we're just taking a small city without any sort of fight. So we're going to sort of have pauses in this particular campaign. You'll see jump cuts to more important parts of the story, because I want you guys to really connect with this story. I want you to be part of Commodore Matthew Perry and his men as they storm the beaches of Japan and conquer it from within. Does that sound good to you guys? Alright, folks, I think we're going to form an army and start moving to Izu. Perry Anthony is actually the son of Matthew Perry, the commander. I like how they kind of followed the same familial system approach. Although I'm not 100% sure it works here. Now, we are going to leave one unit behind, and that's going to be one of the state army units. They're quite strong, and actually the people seem to be remaining in line. Man, this is a big risk, but yeah, see, they don't like that. They're already kind of against us, so let's send back one of the militia units, and see, one of the militia units is simply not equal to one of the Marines or one of the state foot infantry. So let's send back the foot riflemen, and it looks like even that's not enough. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Duh. Yeah, let's send these guys back, or these guys back. And that's going to be sufficient. So we're just going to leave the 90 there. We will get additional units with Perry, but for now, I'm going to move north through Adawara, try to get to Sugami. Suruga is a pretty large area, and I suspect it's going to have a pretty large army defending it. But let's see if we can't take Sugami with this force, and maybe we'll stop by Izu to just build up our army. Well, folks, we'll return when the combat begins. Well, look at that, a province captured, and this one is the province of Izu. We are just going to peacefully occupy. Now, I'm not even sure that's a wise choice, and the reason being, we are invaders here. It might be that we can't get the people to like us no matter what we do, but we certainly have to try, and at some point, I want to even try and institute the divide and conquer policies. Maybe we can make allies with the Northern Alliance, or maybe we can become allies with the Emperor. Of course, given our current circumstance, that's going to be a little difficult, because currently the Emperor actually declared war on us since we took Izu for ourselves. We need to start expanding our lands, otherwise we're not going to have enough income to truly come out on top. And just as if almost God himself predicted it, folks, it looks like Sun Pu wants to offer us a peace treaty. Now, we had two factions declare war on us, Sun Pu and Edo. Edo is, of course, the Imperial faction. Sun Pu is potentially just kind of one of the warlords. I'm going to accept that, and hopefully we can start instituting those policies of divide and conquer. We're not necessarily allied to them yet, but we can, keep them peaceful while we go and take Sagami here to the northeast. I think that's going to be the best approach. Let's leave Izu behind, guys, and head towards the lands of Sagami. More than likely, we're going to have to actually leave a unit here. Let me actually start getting some colonial foot infantry. And I'm going to send this guy up here to become the guard of Izu. In the meantime, we're going to take the rest of our army and move north to take on the enemy in distant lands. Well, we knew this was going to happen. A pro-shogunate uprising, in Izu. And first thing we're going to do, guys, is hit them where it hurts. We're going to attack almost immediately. It looks like that army might get away this turn. Hopefully we can hit them next turn. And in the meantime, I just want to continue to, of course, grow these existing armies. Although, really, I'm trying to grow our income now. So I hope he doesn't leave this area. I hope we have a chance to actually face him in battle here. It looks like we're going to have to fight him in the forest. And that's actually going to favor the enemy if he's going to be using mostly melee units. So let's see what happens here. But let's crush this uprising once and for all. It also gives us a chance to get rid of some seditious citizens that have joined that army. And, well, hopefully after this battle, if we come out victorious, the local population will be a lot more in our favor. Now, summertime has approached, and I hope he's more willing to give battle. But no, he's going to retreat again. It doesn't look like these armies allow us to catch up to him. What if we get rid of the cannon? Alright, that's going to have to work, folks. Look at that. Yariki, Katanakachi, and a tremendous amount of wooden cannons here. Of course, we are going to be on the offensive, so I hope our men can wipe them out with ease. First chance for America to show its fury. Let's crush these rebel scum, boys. Well, here we go, folks. And this is Izu Gold Mine, as a matter of fact. Just goes to show you the value of this province. So, let's put a stop to these rebels once and for all. I was going to say I'm not seeing those cannons, but I sure as hell see them now. Let's send our men forward here, guys. No quick march, just standard march. Moving our first lines forward here to engage the enemy.
Prepare to attack, sir.
I'm also going to be taking the cavalry, trying to flank those cannons and eliminate them as quickly as possible. But chances are they're going to be leaving a force behind to defend that cannon. So let's just get as close as we can here. We'll take, one additional unit, the State Foot Infantry. Look at how professional those boys look. And this is before the Civil War, so yes, those are Confederate gray uniforms, but we've also got Federal blue, so we've got pretty much every color under the rainbow. Well, every color between gray and blue, anyway.
Infantry!
All right, let's get up there, boys. Now, these are our trusty United States Marine Corps right here, folks. And you can rely on these guys, especially on an attack like this. We are not running. Despite the fact that we've taken a lot of hits here, we've lost a few men. We'll get the medics to them as quickly as possible, but again, I am not going to run. Now, what I am going to do is charge in with the cavalry. I want to keep an eye on this cav too, because we want to get them out of here as quickly as possible as well. Here we go, boys. I'm getting a lot of Last Samurai vibes off this battle, I must say. We are definitely taking a lot of hits on the way forward, so let's hope that this pays off. Cavalry going in for the kill on the cannons, folks. Well, we need to target that cavalry now. Do we have a square? Get in the square! Marine Corps! They seem to still be breaking through. Alright, let's start firing, guys. We're going to hit the Katanakachi. I'm going to get the Colonial Infantry to focus on them, too.
Damn lily-livered cowards! Your men running, sir.
Damn it, those cavalry on the left side got caught up. So far, we're still hitting the Katanakachi. I'm going to focus exclusively on Yariki here. I just hope that our men aim high. There we go. Wiped them out. We wiped them out, folks. Unfortunately, it looks like our own men are also going to break and run here. Well, at least those men. And indeed, our cavalry really took the brunt of that attack. Now, I did take off the flags because I wanted to give this a more realistic feel, but if you think we should put them back on, let me know. Look at that volley! Man! Against the Yarikachi. Now, that's the enemy general right there. If we could shoot him down, we could potentially end this fight right now. These rebels don't like to fight without a leader. Unfortunately, he's doing a damn good job against our men there. I'm not even going to focus on him. Focusing on the incoming Yariki. It's just, they're coming too fast for us to get into square position. And luckily we have that second line, and our second line is firing away. But this just goes to show you how close this combat can get. I mean, the enemy, despite not having a lot of missile units, is still quite brave. They close ranks extremely quickly as well, which, you know, kind of helps them do well here. And these are things we need to keep in mind for future battles when we face the Japanese. It's our first test. First taste of blood, I should say. I think we've got a better idea of how to approach things going forward. So there we go, we have shattered that unit, but consequently, typically shattering these units, we also shatter our own, because it's such a devastating volley of fire that if it does make it through, of course, some of our men get hit unexpectedly as well. Well, there we go, guys. I see a bunch of dead on the battlefield. I'm hoping that that's it, that the enemy's calling it quits. I'm not sure what our policy is here in the mainland of Japan for prisoners, but I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to chase down these rebels. They're not in a proper army anyway, and shoot them down just as quickly as we can. So let's make it to those fixed artillery positions, folks, and wipe them out. Not bad. Good shooting, boys. Good shooting indeed. A lot of brave cavalrymen that fell here today as well. They will be remembered. But I'm going to keep on firing, especially at the enemy artillery, the wooden cannons. I don't want them coming back to hurt us later. Oh, hold on. We got Katanakachi on the right side. Well, it's all well and good to fire on that artillery unit. I think we gotta wipe these guys out first. And one of our guys is already trained on the enemy. Hit him, boys. Oh, glory, hallelujah. Look at this. That Katanakachi's wavering already. The only thing I'm somewhat upset about is I don't believe we killed that rebel leader yet. He's going to be somewhere causing trouble. Hell, he could even start this rebellion up again. We really do want to maximize casualties. And without the cavalry, we can't exactly chase people down. So that creates its own problems. But at least we've got the Katanakachi on the run. They're not going to bother us anymore. Switch over here to the cannons. Make our presence known. Alright, boys. I think they're breaking once and for all. This is going to be our first victory in country. Well, if you don't count taking the city. And really, this is just kind of a little pat on the back, because this is a rebel force, so we didn't even manage to capture their leader. I say we could do a lot better, but another concern of mine is we have no methods of getting cavalry in country, unless we end up purchasing it, of course, and that's going to take quite a few buildings in between. This is one of those mods where things take a very long time to build. And, you know, we're going to be waiting quite a while for things to actually get produced. But I think that's certainly what we need to work towards. Come on, man. Shoot him down. Let's move up a little bit closer. I know that's counterintuitive, since they are artillery, but I think this is what we're going to have to do. I love all the unit flags left on the battlefield after the fight. It's just such a nice touch to see where our men landed, where our men fell. A lot of Marines died during this fight, but I think they're also the reason we won. Just magnificent firepower and accuracy from our units. That's not being matched here by these guys. They're not exactly very accurate. Wooden cannons are doing okay, but they might end up retreating or falling back just through sheer terror. And that's exactly what just happened there. They don't want to fight anymore. The battle is lost. And I believe it's going to turn over back to us, folks. Manifest Destiny continues. So I could, of course, continue chasing them down, but I'll take that decisive victory. And we can probably audit this same general for a very easy win anyway. I think that's what I'm going to do. Of course, we'll wipe out the rebel presence in this province, and that's going to be extremely important. We need to de-shogunize and de-imperialize these provinces, and the only way to do that is going to be maybe to build some police stations to increase repression, but also to wipe out all of these so-called, you know, liberators on the enemy side. We just can't have it, folks. You know, we're businessmen. We got to get to work here and increase our profits in the great provinces of Japan. So let's take a look over here, and I might actually go for another build. If we get that police station up, we likely don't really have to worry about, you know, controlling this area, you know, at all, really. So I'm going to go ahead. But see, we can also increase wealth and happiness. And in fact, by building the public space, people in Japan, in the area of Shimoda, are growing accustomed to our American ways. In fact, they're even willing to offer us volunteer infantry in exchange for building this. So I think it's definitely the right call. Let's just hope the enemy doesn't try to essentially take this opportunity to move down from Sagami and attack us at Iju while we're focusing on this rebel army. And I don't think they will, but of course anything can happen in this somewhat new campaign. I've never actually taken on this campaign myself. I've played this mod before, but just the battles. So it's going to be interesting to see what the enemy does. And when the camera pans over there, man, I don't like that one bit. I just want to make sure that this rebel leader's finished. He's just attacked our damn gold industry. So let's finish him off once and for all. And that's going to be one less thing to worry about here. Tokikura now will not be bothering us anymore, my friends. I'm also going to make sure to add the cannon there to that army. And it looks like we can also add a skill to good old Perry Anthony, the son and heir of Commander Perry. Or Commodore Perry, really. +1 morale to all units under this command with the phonograph. And let's go for the Defender trait. I'm really hoping that we get attacked by a large enemy army so that we have a chance to sort of reduce enemy forces before anything else happens. And I do believe we can go ahead, repair that gold mine. We need that production to really start producing gold so that we have a decent income and so that we can afford these large armies and, of course, to democratize the populace. Well, in closing, I want to thank everybody for getting this far in the video. If you want to see some more of this campaign and you want to see us continue with Commodore Perry, then please let me know by liking, commenting on the video, and subscribing if you're new. Go ahead and use that bayonet to stab the damn bell as well, because it seems that YouTube doesn't really like to send out notifications if it can help itself, so do me a favor on this one, folks. I think our boys have a good chance of conquering this whole damn country. But as you can see, if you look in the upper right-hand corner, we got a lot of work to do, and this is one of those modifications that takes a lot of time to get through. So I hope you're ready for a fight. Well, thank you, folks. Take care, and God bless America.